afternoon, class. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to continue our lesson plan that we started yesterday about jobs. So I need everyone to take out their workbooks. Thank you. And turn to page 14. So this section is going to help us with our vocabulary. You are going to see 4 pictures, and these pictures are accompanied by 4 words. And those words are teacher, doctor, police officer, and pilot. So we're just going to take a minute and we are going to match the picture to the correct word. Alright, is everybody finished? Perfect. So can somebody tell me what number would represent the pilot? Good job, Brandon. Number 4. And what picture would represent a doctor? Number 1. Good job, Catherine. A teacher. Number 2. Excellent work, Jonathan. And finally, the police officer. Number 3. Good job, Melissa. So now that we finished that one, we're going to move on to section B. Section B asks us who works in each place. Your place of employment. Where do you go to work every single day? So let's just take a moment and do that section. Perfect. So can somebody tell me who works in a hospital? A doctor. Good job, Lori. And who would work at a police station? A police officer. Thank you, Linnea. How about a school? Who works at a school? That's right, I do. Good job, Brent. A teacher works at a school. And who works at an airport? A pilot. Excellent job, Lacey. So now we're going to turn to section C. And this one asks us, who does these things? So we are going to just take a moment and complete that section. Perfect. So, who flies planes for a living? That's right, a pilot. Good job, Steve. And who would help sick people? A doctor. Thank you, Keith. And who teaches students for a living? A teacher does. Good work, Kirsten. And whose profession would catch thieves? A police officer. Excellent. So now turn to page 17 in your workbooks, please. And there we're going to work on section D. So I'm just going to give you a moment to answer those questions for me. Thank you. So that section would ask us these questions. I want to work in a blank. So in the blank is where you would fill out the place where you would like to work. And the next question is, I want to be a, and that blank right there is where you would fill in what you want to be when you grow up. And I'm sure a lot of you hear that question all the time from grandparents and other family members. So would anybody like to tell me their example? You want to work in a school and want to be a teacher. Excellent, thank you. We're also going to be working on another section that would have us complete the conversation. So you're going to see some pictures. They're going to have people working at their job, and we are going to answer these questions. What is he? So you need to look at the section and see how you can complete this sentence. What is he? Is he a vet or is he a scientist, as the 2 pictures indicate? He is a scientist, so that's the sentence you would use, correct? What is he? The answer, he is a scientist. Good job. And what is her job? Would that one be the vet or the scientist? How do we finish that sentence? She is a vet. Excellent work. And there's also 2 other pictures. One is a baker and one is a chef. So we need to ask ourselves, Who bakes bread? So what would be the question that would accompany that answer? Who bakes bread? The baker does. What does a baker do? He bakes bread. Excellent work. And we also have a chef makes food in a restaurant. What would be the question to that answer? What does a chef do? Excellent work. All right, can everyone turn to page 18 for me, please? Thank you. So we're just going to take a moment and look at that picture. So once again, we would see a picture of a chef who is working in a restaurant. So we're just going to get together in our groups that I assigned you to earlier and just take a moment to answer that question. All right, great. So one of the questions that we have about the picture is, what is his job? Can anyone answer that question for me? He is a chef. Good job, Matt and Stacy. And where does a chef work? Where does he work? In a restaurant. Thank you, Melissa and Felix. And what does he do for a living? He cooks food for a restaurant. Good job, Nick and Heather. So let's turn to the last page of our workbook. Thank you. Just take a moment there to set this up. So, this is a pie chart. And in the corner, you can see a grid. The grid has a list of professions next to a color. And that color can be represented on this pie chart. So this pie chart represents what students want to be when they grow up. And in the grid, we can see the percentage of students that want to be that profession. So for example, we would see that a teacher is the answer for 3% of students when they are asked, what would you like to be when you grow up? Can somebody look at the pie chart and tell me what is the most popular profession? A pilot. Good job. We can see that a pilot is 36% of the students. What is the least popular? A scientist. That's right. We can see that a scientist is the least popular with 2%. So we are just going to take a moment. We're going to continue looking at this pie chart. You can work on it individually and then we'll discuss it as a class. Thank you.